Okay, I want to do a short video on the Kodan 3040 antenna. We're just using the small whip on at the moment, and this has been supplied by HF Radio Solutions, my good mate Ivan, VK5HS, who I have known Ivan for about 100 years, and the poor guy's known me, and I've got to tell you, he has been very patient with us. In this box over here we have a, we're not even sure if we call it faulty. We're really not sure, but we have a Kodan 3040 that just refuses to tune on this vehicle. As you can see, just give you a bit of an idea, Pajeros can be a bit of a problem in the fact that sometimes earthing, this whole door arrangement here is not great. It's as far as your earthing spots, so you know, we're having to go with, you know, earthing everywhere to make sure we go into the chassis. We're actually down under the car with more. This is where we've mounted just in here, and you guys have probably seen this before. Ivan actually supplied us all spare leads and bits just in case, you know, but we didn't need that in the end, which is really good of Ivan. And Ivan will ship this antenna back to you tomorrow. Thank you so much. And here's my thing. This antenna with the right length of coax on it, strangely enough, will work on certain bands and not on others. It is so weird. Never seen one like it in my life. I put the changeover that Ivan sent me, which, by the way, that's quality service. When someone just says, hey, look, let me just send you another one and let's see, you know, what happens, which is what Ivan did. You don't get any better solutions than that. That's why he's called hfradiosolutions.com, www.hfradiosolutions.com.au, sorry. Don't forget the .au. But when you're dealing with Ivan, you're dealing with someone that has absolutely designed so much around Kodan antennas and problems like this where, you know, this door doesn't have it doesn't have the perfect earthing situation, as you can see. You know, there's a little bit of added earthing. We've been a big fan. Ivan sells this strap here, which is really nice stuff. We earth everywhere. I've even gone with 2 straps coming off the base of this unit here, and we go back down to the chassis around there. Oh, there's quite a bit. Ignore our 2 little antenna points we had there. Great for just a little small whip or something just to go there, but actually we thought initially that might have been interfering with this antenna, so we took those off, but no, it wasn't. And just for clarification, this antenna here, when we do put a VHF UHF on it, it's off the 7000, so pretty much these 2 don't work at the same time. This one here has become a bit of a spare. I don't know what we can do with that one anyway. That was a bit of an error. Anyway, so this is really, sorry it's so dirty. We've just not had a lot of time to clean cars. Obviously the rear wheel goes on this, and by the way, if you're ever doing a Pajero rear wheel, be very careful. You can thread these so easily. It's so easy to stuff the threads in them. So, you know, I sort of call it a 2-man job. I have Riley holding it. We've got a little bit of clean up to do. As you see, like even all the earth, all the spots here with the bracket earths, etc., we've scraped under there. We've gone on the body here. We've got grease on there, conductive grease, etc. We come down with other earthing points down here. So normally this is not necessary on a Kodan 3040. They're generally pretty good. This has been a pain, and when I shut that door over, as you can see, that just sits there nicely on the back. We throw the rear wheel on. But here's the thing that really is impressive about them. I'll take you inside for a tick. I just had to turn the air conditioning on. I hopped into the car. It was like a furnace, so it must have gone out late at night or something, because boy, it was warm in here. Okay, so now with the little, what we've got here is a microphone. I'll pull out of here. Now, what we've done, we've got a spare console for this car, so we've obviously done a little mount that, you know, we didn't have to, you know, do too much messing around, but, you know, we've got all the spares if we ever sell the car. I don't think anyone really cares. So we haven't done a totally screwless, you know, you're never going to see a whole installation on this one, but as I said, $60 for a whole console. I thought, we'll bolt whatever we want onto it, however we want. But in the end, it was a pretty neat sort of way to go in there. So pretty much now the tune button on here is your go. So I'll just go VK3 Charlie Mike testing on 7097. As you can see, the SWR's under 1.5 there. VK3 Charlie Mike just testing. And I am on air, so I will sort of just do a a bit of a test each time and just say who I am. Okay, 80 meters will be the hard one. Now I'm testing this. I did a quick test on a couple of bands. I haven't gone through all the bands, so you're getting to see live whether we're going to have success or not. I think we are. 80 may need a bit of extra whip extension. We'll have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there you go. VK3 Charlie Mike testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 6, 4, 5, which is good. Now let's go with the microphone. Actually, I'll just go with the band switch, just as easy. I won't try 1.8. Alright, 29,640. Let's have a look at that. 1, 2, 3. And we're on FM there. VK3 Charlie Mike testing. Look, this is really, really good. I just want to try maybe 14 megs. Just as a bit of a... But look, I've got to say, I think that's working beautifully now. We'll try that. VK3 Charlie Mike testing under 1.5, maybe 1.6 there. So, you know, look, not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, especially when you consider the mounting. Now, if I tune it a second time, sometimes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In this case, it didn't. VK3 Charlie Mike testing. Sometimes you'll find it actually seems to take a second shot at it. The other trick I've found is go up a couple of hundred kcs or so, tune again. Oh, someone's on the frequency just up there. Sorry. Let me just tune 2 kcs down to get, or 3 kcs, 4k, 5 kcs down better. Let's tune 5 kcs down from those guys. Oh, I just heard someone before. I was pretty excited for a second. The excitement's calmed down. Someone way in the background. Sounds US, but not sure. See if there's anything else around. Now, we've never had an SWR off the other antenna even close to this. So, here we go, hang on. Oh, he's talking to John, VK1CJ, good mate of mine, down in Canberra. Not hearing John, unfortunately. I'll just go a couple of kcs down, hit the tune button. VK3 Charlie Mike testing. Yeah, about 2 to 1 there, so it's, you know, not always getting completely where I'd like it to be, but it's, you know, it's not terrible. 7 megs seems to be consistent. Seem to be able to get a good SWR on that quite well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see, under 1.5 to 1 there. And please, yeah, just notice we are on SWR, not power output at the moment. So when we go through the meter function on here, ALC, compression, power output, and power output should be hello 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So we're getting 100 watts. And back to SWR, VK3 Charlie Mike testing 7097. Okay, so look, if you could see the mega SWRs we were getting previously, this antenna has fixed the fault. But my really, big point about this video is when you get a problem like this, and like Ivan knows, I'm relatively across. We've fitted these things in Afghanistan, we've fitted them all over the world. And generally, the reason that there's such a, there's no big dummies guide needed even. Pretty much just hook up cables, make sure you've got an earth, and, tune. So, unfortunately, we've had an antenna that, and I don't know how many of these I've seen over the years, and obviously 9350s I've seen a hell of a lot more. Probably saw more 9350s in Afghanistan, to be honest. I don't think we did any 3040s there. But certainly a lot of 9350s that were fitted up. But got to say that they've always been a really consistent antenna, the Kodan design. But what's more consistent is the support that we see from Ivan. It just seriously, Ivan knows his stuff so well. Not much happening on 40 at the moment. I thought I'd just check around. Keep in mind, I'm right next to our workshop and the shed and all the stuff that's generating noise in there, so we're probably getting a bit of noise off that. Just remember, if you've got a Kodan issue or a Kodan, something you want to do in Kodan, get onto Ivan. It's www.hfradiosolutions.com.au. I absolutely guarantee you, that the service you'll get is just second to none, as you're kind of seeing with the change out that's happened here. I've got to tell you, he's been on the phone with me for probably 2 hours discussing possibilities and things, and we've been back and forth. And one night I was ringing him till about 9 o'clock at night, because of course we wanted to try and see if we could fix the antenna that was here, to see, because it really easily could have been an earthing situation. Now, here's the funny thing, I don't mind admitting this. This antenna has been back to Kodan, the one we're sending back, and has come back to us as no fault found. Now, you might say, well, they're just not testing it properly. Well, not entirely true. You get strange circumstances sometimes, and these Pajeros, this is not like doing a 200 series Land Cruiser where, and just so you know, overseas, that's the number one car that we've fitted over the years. 200 series Land Cruisers are just the choice of, I'm just being a cheap ass and using an old Pajero for my radio run around these days. That's the joys of being retired and going broke. But I did enjoy my 200 series, by the way, but I just didn't use it very much. So the thing is that when you get an antenna off Ivan, he'll put in the time if needed. He wants a result, and that's the thing that I think with Ivan, people have got to understand. No offense to Kodan themselves, but this is why they have distributors. I doubt I would have got them on the phone for hours discussing different possibilities, us looking at photos, trying to work out what could possibly be the problem. I'm sure they have a great service support, but you know what, they have a fantastic service support through their dealers. So and in this case, hfradiosolutions.com.au. all right, look, thanks very much. Great to have a good positive outcome on this one. I can tell you now, I absolutely love going mobile and just flicking through the bands. And the great thing about this is that I decide all of a sudden that I just want to go to 20 meters, and I just got to hit the button. Bingo. VK3 Charlie Mike testing on 14.147, and bang, we're tuned. Oh, my apologies. Oh, geez, sorry. Well, that's why we say our call sign when we come up, is so that we can be identified if we do interfere with someone. And obviously, I came back on the frequency that John VK1CJ was on. I might even stick around, just have a quick hello to the boys there. They can pass on my hello to John. Of all the frequencies that you could test on, I'm sure the person who's going to come back to me is going to say, mate, you couldn't find anywhere else on the whole 350 kcs or so. So, anyway, I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm not sure who the station was that came back then, but I'll say hello and make sure that he understands we're just being stupid. Anyway, that does happen. All right, and that's, by the way, that's another thing too on amateur radio. If you make a mistake, like I just did, obviously, courtesy, come back, apologise, just say, listen guys, sorry, was just doing a test, and was flicking around the bands, and obviously interfered with your communication, and happy to say howdy is the best way to go. And I'll tell you what, 98% of people are just generally fine. I'll tell you what, this car needs a clean, doesn't it? It's filthy. What do you do? Probably clean it would be a good answer to that. We have been doing a lot of work lately though, with the trailers on board and stuff, with the dog kennels, and we're forever going out picking up stuff. Actually, that's my next job, to go pick up a lot of steel. So fun. All right, 73. So, hang on.
Good afternoon to the break.
I'll just say hello.
Other station 2RZ VK4ALK.
Yeah, VK4ALK, VK3 Charlie Mike, just testing a Kodan 3040. My apologies, I accidentally tuned up on your on your frequency as I was tuning around the bands, and the reason is I was actually listening to you guys a little bit earlier, and so my apologies for the tune-up carrier. It's I don't mind admitting that was a bit of a mistake, but nice to say g'day. Name is Brenton, Boston Radio Echo, November Tango Oscar November, and I'm sitting in my driveway in Tangambalanga, northeast Victoria, little 5-acre property up here, or down here to you. And I can't hear John, unfortunately, but John VK1CJ is a good mate, so if you could say g'day, that would be fantastic. VK3 Charlie Mike back to VK4 ALK. Thank you.
You're a bit of a wheeler dealer there, I remember that. VK3
Good.
Charlie Mike.
Let's hope he's a happy customer.
Brent says g'day to you there, John. Well, the Kodan's doing pretty well. It's 5 and 8 to 9 up here in Cairns.
Good report.
Brent handles Barry.
I'll leave it at that with the video, 73s guys, and I'll say howdy to the guys on the frequency. Cheers all.